Well, just before we continue on with the Pokemon Alpha Sapphire Challenge run, yeah, it was pointed out to me that I missed a couple of things up on the Mount Pyre Peak, including this. Bayonetite! You know, it actually really goes to show just how, well, kind of failed Bayonet's Mega is that I actually forgot it had a Mega. But anyway, I also found a couple of items up there with the dowsing machine, rare candy being the most notable one. The rest were just things like vitamins and dire hits, so yeah. Also, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more item cleanup, so I'm actually going to go ahead and go back to Moorville and get the Acro Bike and do a bit of cleanup in the Safari Zone, so I'll see you then. Wait a second, there's something missing on this route. I think I've come across one of the rare times when it's not raining here. That's very strange. That almost never happens, or at least it happens very, very rarely. And I mean very rarely. I mean, usually it's pouring on this place. But yeah, sometimes it isn't. So, again, very rare occurrence, this. I still haven't quite got it to thunderstorm here. I've heard that it still happens, but it's just kind of rarer. So I'll see you back at the Safari Zone. And in case you're wondering, instead of the starry night sky here, in the daytime you see clouds in the water reflections, which, yeah, I remember this from the originals, so basically, yeah, that's an Azumarill. So yeah, basically they kept the thing from the originals, but they added something new at night, which is pretty cool. But yeah, because of course, the original Ruby and Sapphire did not have a day-night cycle. But, okay, you rematch, but I am still a little worried, but... And yes, I got rid of Cut. I don't think I'm actually going to need Cut again for the whole game. I could be wrong, but hopefully I don't. But anyway, back into the Safari Zone, because there might be a couple of items that we can pick up here. While we're here, I should probably do a little bit of Wobbuffet grinding for Tuber, maybe, but... Anyway, with the Acro Bike, we can hop up here. Okay, we can still do that. Guess that works with the circle pad as well. But yes, we go here, then we can do some hops. And that just leads to, I think, somewhere that we could have got to normally. But over here we have nothing. Well, what about down here? We have water, okay. Because I was told there was a max revive in here, and I would really like to pick that up if there is. Okay, yeah, that TM requires both bikes. From what I hear, one of the TMs that requires both bikes is an energy ball, which means that Trumpeter is effectively stuck with Grass Pledge for special grass stab all game. In the original Ruby and Sapphire, yeah, you had Giga Drain as a TM, you don't anymore. Hence why I still think things are worse overall for Sceptile in this generation. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything over here, though. Yeah, I did hear there was a max revive in an Aqua Bike. New Team Aqua branded bike. For those who think there's too much land. The only bike you can run on water or something like that? I don't know. But anyway, Acro Bike, yeah, I heard that there was a max revive here, so I guess I'll have to look that up. Okay, well, at least there's another Acro Bike area over here that has an Absolite. Too bad we didn't get an Absol. Mega Absol's actually pretty good. It can finally make use of its actual decent special move pool because, yeah, Absol was one of those weird Pokemon that had a terrible special attack stat but an insanely good special move pool. Like, it had a special move pool that pretty much any special sweeper would kill for, really. Like, it had Bolt Beam, it had Flamethrower, it had pretty much everything, really. But it had, like, base 70 special attack, which is very, very low, so that felt a bit weird. But as a Mega, it has 115 base special attack, so, actually not that bad. And also, as a Mega, it gets Magic Bounce, which I used to love. There's the Max Revive, there we go. But yeah, Magic Bounce, I used to love setting up on Blissies with that. set up Swords Dances on them, and then Sucker Punch everything. Only thing you have to watch out for is that Magic Bounce won't actually... Basically... Yeah, you actually need to Mega first before Magic Bounce starts taking effect. And that means that if you're forced to switch out before you have a chance to Mega Evolve, it means that you won't be able to switch in on Blissies and stuff, because they could probably just Will-O-Wisp you, well, not Will-O-Wisp you, but Thunder Wave you. But, yeah, I think I'll go and... I think I might actually have to train a little bit, so... Yeah. Okay, yes, Tuber is gonna learn something really, really, really good. Finally, we have, that's kind of funny, they learned Crunch before, before Mightyena did, but anyway. Crunch, 80 power, chance of lowering defense, pretty good, especially compared to Thief. Considering that Thief was already one at KOing the Zatus in here, I'm definitely gonna like Crunch. So, time to learn this. The Zatus are actually pretty good training for Sharpedo because pretty much effortlessly destroys them. So, yeah, I have Crunch now and back to training. Welcome back to the Pokemon Alpha Sapphire Challenge Run. Last time, actually, there would have been some more stuff tacked on at the beginning of this. Anyway, I did a little bit of training for Tuber, just getting her up even with Bone Flute. I am probably going to use these two against Tate and Lizza next. So I just wanted them to get a little bit up, not quite to 43 like the rest of the team, more up to 41, because I'm probably going to use these two against the gym trainers, and they're going to get a bit of experience off of them, so... yeah. I just don't want to get too high, because I know that the final team leader is level 43, and Wallace is only 46, and I know Tate and Lizza are 45, but I should be able to take them on at around 43, I think. Anyway, I may have to leave a lot of optional areas like Shoal Cave and the routes to Pacific Log Town and the like. I may have to leave them until just before the Elite Four, because I really don't want to get too over-leveled. But anyway, it's time to head on out into, well, the part of the game that everyone dreads. The too much water portion. But I have my Shark, so I'm going to be going super speed for this portion, so here we go! And so... we have a swimmer right in front of us. Okay, that's good. I was worried that, I mean, it'd be too much of a jerk move for them to ambush you with a trainer right at the start of the routes. Yes, now this I should probably point out. Yeah, look how you move here on the DexNav map when you actually surf around. Yeah, a map feature was something that the original Ruby and Sapphire really needed on these routes because of just how big they were. So, much needed addition to that, and a lot of reviewers seem to have ignored this despite the fact that an NPC points it out to you the moment you enter this area, so really no excuse there. I think that's probably a Pelipper, but I already have a Pelipper, so I don't get to get that. Speaking of Pokemon that I already have, I pretty much have just about everything you'd be able to catch in this area. So, Love Disc. Wow, really? Well, we're starting off this route on a good note, and apologies if my voice sounds a little bit weird, it's just that... yeah, I was sick recently, and then my family cleaned in my main living area, and... oh, no, wow, that's bad. If I get KO'd by a Love Disc... oh my god, I got KO'd by a Love Disc! Are you serious? Now that is painful. That is really painful. And I don't get any experience for that either, because that was her last Pokemon. That was embarrassing. That was very embarrassing. Well, that was dumb. Yeah, some Pokemon won't attack you, and some of them are more sadistic and just like to watch you suffer. I am going to get a heal at Moss Deep City. I may as well just rush there because I really don't want to get too much experience off of the surfing trainers, but, well, that was embarrassing. Okay, we also have dive spots here. We'll need to come back here once we can dive, but for the time being, there's a Sis and Bro over there! That freak out happened for two reasons. One, I didn't expect them to have such a long vision range, and two, the phone just rang. So, Sis and Bro, Rita and Sam, I remember these two. Pelipper and Wishcash, Whiscash, that is surprisingly powerful for, yeah. Well, you better shut it, because it should be pretty obvious that... Oh, I wish I could afford to actually use a healing item here, but I don't think I can. That Whiscash is going to go down immediately anyway. Yeah, that thing could go for Earthquake. Its partner is immune to it. Goodbye, Whiscash. This kind of reminds me of the supposed Barboach versus Whiscash battle in the anime episode that was, that got postponed indefinitely, more like banned, out of, because of, yeah, an earthquake happened kind of recently, and then... Okay, good. Hopefully we'll be able to take this thing out before Mighty Anna goes down. Yeah, an earthquake happened around the time, and the episode ended up getting cancelled because of it, and, you know, I wonder if Snarl will do more. Actually, wait a minute, I mean, I guess this thing does have good special defense. I mean, physical defense, and special defense is lower. Yeah! Oh, right, I didn't need that, because it went down anyway. Pelipper's special defense must be really low. But yes, Rita and Sam do rematch you, and I was just, yeah, again, talking about the, I believe the episode was called Shaking Island Battle, Barboach versus Whiscash, and it was... kind of, yeah... And a dive spot, so those two were guarding pretty much nothing for my purposes. And see, this is what I was this is exactly what I was saying before. This music right here, this music, it plays on this route, and yet you spend most of it surfing. See, this is why it gets so annoying. You wish this music played more often, but, I mean, it technically does, but you just don't get to hear it. Now, this, I believe... Are you a trainer? Okay, no, you're not. I do! Please tell me what? Oh, yeah, of course, yeah, I know that. Yeah, they point that out to you here. I do kind of wish... Oh, right, shards are for stones now. Okay, so you trade these for stones this time. Yeah, shards got a much more important use in things like platinum, where they were the currency for move tutors, but here they're just for evolutionary stones. At least those stones are kind of useful for the most part, but... I don't like skipping trainers. But I'm mostly going to speed through these routes because there's not really much to do there, and there's really not many Pokemon we can catch. In fact, it's probably beneficial if I actually don't catch anything here, because I hear that after you beat your version legendary, either Groudon or Kyogre, depending on your... Yeah. Once you beat them, then you actually open up a whole lot of non-Hoenn Dex Pokemon that appear in some of the water areas, like Skrelp in particular, which means finally I can get adaptability to Dragalge, which I've been wanting for ages. But yeah, might be beneficial to, yeah, go for that. And anyway, if I sound a bit weird, it's because, yeah, my nose and throat are pretty much destroyed. And I don't know if it's because of my sickness, or if it was because of, my family cleaning in this room, which... I'm just going to give Clarendale a little bit of experience. Because of my family cleaning in this room, in which, you know, whenever, you know, there's cleaning, it stirs up a huge amount of dust, which completely destroys my nose and throat, because I have massive dust allergies. So, yeah, apologies if I sound a bit weird at the moment. At least it means that I pretty much never have to clean my room, because I tried once, and it gave me allergies so bad I was incapacitated for an entire week, so I am actually physically incapable of cleaning my own room, so I don't need to worry about having to do it, really. But goodbye, Azumarill. Yeah, and I definitely don't want to get too over-leveled, because I'm probably going to rely on Trumpeter for Wallace. So I don't want to get too high, because if Trumpeter goes over level 46, I can't use him for Wallace. Yeah, and I can't really use Bone Flute here, even though he is the lowest level member of my team, simply because... Oh, this is... Actually, wait a minute, where are we? Okay, this leads down near Satopolis City, which we don't need to go to just yet. Just trying to plan out what I do, because I usually like to visit Satopolis before the big crisis happens, at least once. Just so we actually see the... I don't really want to battle any of these trainers very much. And over here leads to... oh, we're in Moss Deep City already, okay. Yeah, if I check the Pokemon, I actually literally have caught everything that can appear here, so no encounter for me here. And I don't think I get any encounter over there either, so... yeah. But then around the back of Moss Deep City is the route that leads up into Shoal Cave, which I might be taking on a bit later. It depends. For now, though, let's say hello to a city that we've missed for quite a while, because, yeah, this here is Moss Deep City. Hey, now remember when there were lots of people who would gather on the shore here in the demo? We just have a big pearl now. Interesting. Oh, yes, this brings back memories. Feels like it was just yesterday when I was playing the demo where you could only access this area. Moss Deep's mangroves are still here. Actually, let's see, there's bound to be items hidden here somewhere. Except the dowsing machine seems to be saying no, okay? So there aren't any items hidden here. I always like the mangroves around here because I've actually seen a few places with mangroves around where I live. Well, not really close to where I live, but in some places, but anyway. But these houses, most of them were closed off to us before, but now, finally, we have our revenge. We can enter these houses at last. Now this house is interesting. So beyond this door, I believe Game Freak employees occasionally release special QR codes that let you access special secret bases that exist beyond this door. Now this house in particular was really interesting in the original games, because originally there was a door here that was locked, or blocked off by crates I think it was, and you couldn't go through there. And this guy said a very similar speech, that he was once a trainer and that he wanted to see some battles. What the house actually did was, there were some e-cards that you could scan, and through scanning those e-cards, you actually unlock special battles that you could take part in this house. And you battle particular trainers, and they all had some interesting Pokemon. Some of them had non-Hoenn native Pokemon, which was a really big deal back then, because this is about a time when people thought that Pokemon like Blastoise and Charizard had been removed from existence, because you couldn't get them in Ruby and Sapphire, and there was no backwards compatibility. So, just seeing them really, you know, shocked a lot of people, because, again, people thought that those Pokemon were non-existent, but yeah, they weren't. Some of them also had fixed shiny Pokemon as well. The thing is, I actually still have some of those e-cards, and one day, seeing as I have a Game Boy player, one day I might actually be able to show off a few of those battles in my original copy of Ruby or Emerald, I think. Yeah, so one day I might actually be able to record some of those, because the cards had a very limited print run, because the e-reader sold terribly, apparently, outside Japan. So the cards, again, had a very limited print run. I still have hold of a few of them, but they also let you get specific berries, which eventually all became the Enigma Berry in later generations. So I quite like that place. It's an interesting bit of Pokemon history. Now, here I believe you can buy some interesting types of Pokeballs. It does, but apparently Super Repel is the most cost-effective, as anyone will tell you. Yes, I do. That TM's not really going to be so useful to me. Wait, he gave you Quash when he proposed? That doesn't send a very good message. Yeah, these balls are... Oh, I'm wondering if... Yeah, you gotta watch out for that in the Pokemon League. That's why you need to bring a lot of PP restoration items. Of course, I can't actually buy revives, which is really annoying, but I can buy Pokeballs. Wait a second. Do you even sell Do you even sell netballs and dive balls? Really? You don't sell them? Used to be their specialties, okay. Well, I better find where they are, because I want to stock up on netballs, considering I'm about to be going into Kyogre, and, well, Kyogre's really going to need a lot of netballs, trust me. But yeah, I'm wondering if Dive Ball has reverted to how it used to be, because originally Dive Ball was only good against underwater Pokemon, and because that was so specific and there was no underwater in later generations, they changed it to just working better when you're surfing, and that made it pretty good, but now, I wonder if it's gone back. Yeah, wow, I'm watching. But yes, we can finally enter these houses. Yeah, I know about those. Stairs are new. Solid boards were in the original Ruby and Sapphire. That certainly looks like it could be an openable door, but it is not. And Steven's house is just around here. No. King's Rock is for dirty cheats who rely on hacks. Otherwise known as the Battle Tower AI. Well, here is Steven's house. We can actually go in here in the demo at this point, but, yeah, I'll probably show that off sometime later. Pitchstone, Mount Mortar, Johto region. Mount Pyre, Hoenn region. Mount Coronet, Sinnoh region. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that, and I can't access that last rock sample. And he doesn't have a fridge, so we can't check if he has volcano bake meats or not. Oh yeah, I remember this guy. Yeah. I think in the original versions, this guy would actually tell you what flavor of Pokeblocks your Pokemon liked. But, yeah, you can figure that out from natures, basically. Every nature corresponds to, basically the stat that your nature raises corresponds to the flavor they like, and the stat that your nature lowers is the flavor they dislike. And again, every stat corresponds to a contest stat. Well, the herd of Wailmer was being used for nefarious criminal activities that are not quite over yet. Oh, hey, a netball! I'm gonna need a lot more of those when going after Kyogre, seriously. Where's the best place to buy Pokeballs? I have no idea. Yeah, I remember this guy. This guy was always really weird, just rambling about philosophical things, but, maybe Team Aqua and Team Aqua should listen to that guy. They'd, you know, learn that both land and water are necessary, and this house looks new. Interesting. Yes. Oh, okay, gym badge stories, okay. The rest of your sisters are fairly creepy. So, Stone Badge. What happens if I tell her about a badge I don't have yet? Interesting. Yeah, I do remember. Of course, I've got the video proof as well. But, interesting if you want to relive what Pokemon that you won each badge with. Oh, that's a... Oh, this must be the house with the mail recipient, and the Wingull waddles off on its wings. But, yeah, that house is pretty much the same as it used to be. Also, the White Rock. Again, wish tags are the things that Jirachi is based off of, and, oh, that's very, very good. I want to keep that. That's amazing. I needed that. Hey, it looks like my wishes were answered. I said in the shop that I, needed revives, and there's a fan here for some reason. Also, what's there? The Orderly Fisherman. Oh, yeah, finally we get the Super Rod. I was wondering when we got this, but, yes, I want this Super Rod. If you fished in Moss Deep City in the original games, you could get Sharpedos quite easily, and they are extremely good for taking down Tate and Lissa. And no, that line is not intended as an innuendo at all. Pfft, why do people always make immature comments about the fishing people in the series? What about crossing space on the back of a dragon? That sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Yeah, there's a rocket here. That's totally not dangerous to be around this area, but, anyway, can we go into the Space Center now, finally? Because that would be interesting, because we couldn't go in there in the demo. Or we tried, but we got interrupted by Team Magma. It was Team Aqua, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Oh, I thought she was about to say, wouldn't it be nice if this whole island was destroyed? Yeah. The closest place to space. Until the Delta episode. Spoilers. Okay, this place has certainly got a pretty big overhaul. Originally, it was, like, almost... Oh, yeah, tell me about it. I have learned about this kind of stuff, yeah. You make one mistake in the programming for a rocket, and, well, you can lose millions and millions of dollars worth of effort. You know, this place is really reminding me of Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies now. Wasn't there supposed to be a Kecleon here? I think that might be post-game only. There's apparently a Protean Kecleon that shows up here, I think in the post-game. Well, Clefairy certainly did. Deoxys possibly as well. Let's just leave her alone. Oh yeah, now doesn't this guy... Basically, this guy tells you the number of weeks you've been playing, I think? I think it's, yeah, every week the successful launches goes up by 1. Giant chunk of metal. Yep, that's what that is. Totally isn't a product of enormous amounts of effort and money. No, it's just a giant chunk of metal. Do I need this? I couldn't use this to evolve, Cello? Yeah, Cello into Blossom. But I would probably rather Vileplume, actually. But yeah, in the original Ruby and Sapphire, there wasn't very much to actually do in this place. It was pretty much served no purpose whatsoever. Emerald rectified that by making it the site of a Team Magma battle, but now, well, now let's just say the Space Center is going to become really important eventually. Yeah, an ideal rocket launching location. There seems to be no one here, though, so I guess they're not launching. Mission control to, wherever, whatever rocket is in space at the moment. You are hereby ordered to... I don't know. Continue with your mission. Whatever it is. Also, there may or may not be a giant asteroid in your future, just a warning. So, yeah, nothing much we can do here yet, but in the Delta episode, things are going to happen in this area. Definitely does look very different to how it did in the original games, though, which is kind of cool, I guess. Have I explored just about everywhere here except the gym? I think I have at this point. Well, except inside the Pokemon Center, obviously. Oh, I haven't talked to you yet, either. Yeah, what trouble do you have? Oh, right! Your trouble is the fact that you're using a Skitty! Yeah, I've heard that, that Dex Nav chaining gets really hard in those areas. Let's see what this thing says. Yeah, I've already pointed that out many, many, many times before. But yes, this is interesting to note. These are some of the few ways that you can actually change the effects of Nature Power and Secret Power in multiplayer battles, because normally they default to just the building terrain, but if you use one of those, it actually does change the effects of those moves, so kind of interesting, that. Excellent and wow. Interesting. Well, I guess there's no reason not to heal here, but, yeah. Once I do this, my next heal points, I guess I have Pacific-Log if I'm really desperate. Yeah, gonna go ahead and heal here. I probably am ready to take on the gym right now, actually. Wait a minute, did I buy them? I think I bought the Protect TM in Lily Cove. I'll have to remember to teach that before Tate and Lizard, because my plan is to go in with Tuber and Bone Fluid and go for a Protect Surf combo. And as for the actual gym trainers, I'll probably use these two as well. Bug Bite should take down most things. Kind of wish I had X-Scissor at this point, but I don't. I did go ahead and buy the TM of Stone Edge. I don't think I'm going to need it just yet, and it does have very major PP issues. As for Tuber, I think Tuber's moveset is pretty much fine. So, I guess I'll see you next time when we take on Tate and Lizard, because I think really the best thing to do is take them on now. So, I guess I'll see you then.